Hello everyone and welcome to a quick impromptu video. It's a Q&A session here. We just beat Gotham Knights. We've got maybe like 20 minutes, 25 minutes extra tonight to go. And, it was a good completion of the game. I enjoyed the ending. And now we'll see what people want to talk about. All right, let's see what they're up to. Pim and Pezza was the worst relationship you've ever been in. It was the relationship I had with my 4th grade elementary school teacher. She was a complete jerk, and she gave me way too much homework, and it upset me a lot. Lambo guy said, "Will you ever play Gran Turismo 7? Probably not. Tyler says, "How are you liking the new TV?" I like it. It's entertaining. It's good quality. Does it have tons of features on top of my old TV? Yes. Do I use them? No. But it looks nice. Maybe one day if I ever game in 4K or HDR or VRR, I'll take advantage of those. I'm not going to do that right now. So, Jade, have a good night. I'll see you later. My favorite food from Thanksgiving. Usually, I like the sides more than the turkey. Seriously. Like this year, we're going to have turkey, like turkey breast. We're going to have gravy with it. We're going to have cranberry sauce, jellied cranberry sauce. We have two potato sides, one sweet potato casserole, and one is like potatoes au gratin. We got a 4-cheese mac and cheese. We got a cornbread stuffing. I think we're going to get some rolls with butter. I will likely enjoy the combination of sides more than just the turkey. I never have been like a turkey nut when it comes to Thanksgiving. I like a lot of variety in what I'm eating. So, DC is here with a Gotham Knights ending haiku. He says, "Punishing bosses, charging up power to win, and end to evil." Thank you, DC, for the haiku. That's very nice of you. Okay. Vesper, you answered your own question. I don't even need to address it. What? Alibaz, I don't want to talk about my thoughts about the afterlife because if I do, then people will take it as a religious thing and get offended. So I'm not doing that. Have you ever tried gardening? Not particularly. At one point when sooner to when I just moved here, I actually grew a few plants in my backyard, including fresh mint, and oregano and a few other things. Not oregano, basil? No, it wasn't basil either. Or was it? It was basil. It was fresh basil. Cilantro. It was cilantro, basil, and mint. And it was nice, but it was a lot of work and they got overgrown and I ended up getting rid of them. So, no, I've not watched an Elvis concert on TV. I don't know about Bob Iger replacing Chapek as Disney CEO. I don't know anything about that. New games coming in December. Here's the ones that I have on my list. This does not necessarily mean these are the only games that I'll be playing. These are the ones that I have notated for possible playthroughs. Callisto Protocol, Midnight Suns, those both come out December 2nd. Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core Reunion, December 13th, as well as High on Life. Those are the ones that I have highlighted. I believe there's more than that people have mentioned. Hey, are you going to play this or that? And I didn't mark the. I think there's a Need for Speed game at some point during December. But I don't know exactly when that is. Now, also keep in mind, there have been a lot of games that I've skipped, including Mario plus Rabbids. Evil West is coming out this week. I'm skipping that for now, among a few others that people may be interested in seeing me play. So, no, Hogwarts Legacy does not come out in December. That's incorrect. It was delayed. Excuse me. Am I excited for the Dead Space ending? A Dead Space remake? Not really. I'm way more excited for Callisto Protocol, an original outing by the original creators, rather than a new dev team basically trying to remake what another dev team already made and now is already making a new game. I'd rather play the new one than the remake, quite frankly. I did play The Warriors. I did a partial co-op playthrough with my old co-op partner, John Rambo, over a decade ago. People did not like it. After about 2 streams of it, it was 2013. About 2 streams of it, people got tired and said do something else, so we stopped and never played it again. Temperature in my area is pretty cool outside, Kevin. It's pretty cool. Nights are very cold. Almost freezing temperatures, but not yet. For example, right now, it is 41 degrees outside. And it'll probably stay that way overnight. It'll probably be in like the high 30s, low 40s. It says, oh, wow, finally, this is actually good news. This week we finally get rain. We haven't had rain in 2 weeks. We're finally getting clouds and rain this coming week, which I'm excited for. I like rain. I like it's nice and cool in this office when we have rain. Jasper is good. Thanks for asking. Am I concerned about the new Pokemon games not running so well? Why would I care? They never ran well. These Pokemon games, ever since they hit consoles rather than just being handheld exclusive, have never performed well, right? They always have graphical issues. They always have frame rate issues. Everyone just forgives it. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm not going to be in it for a graphical masterclass experience. I'm in it to have a chill, fun time with you guys with Pokemon. You know, we're gonna relax. We're gonna be catching Pokemon, naming Pokemon. You guys are gonna be helping me with, you know, oh, this kind of element versus this kind of element. You know, it's a cool, interactive, fun experience. I'm excited for it. So no, I'm not really going to. I mean, is it sad that we're gonna be paying $60? I'm gonna do it in a moment. Like literally, when I'm done with this stream, I'm buying the game and downloading it. Is it sad that I'm about to drop $60 on a game that likely performs like shit? Yeah, it is pretty sad. But that's, I guess if you're a Pokemon fan, you got to put up with it until Game Freak stops trying to pump out 2 games a year and actually makes one run well. Actually, just full disclosure here. And by the way, Supreme God, let me get you on the leaderboard. Full disclosure, I was scrolling through Twitter earlier, and someone already found a game-breaking bug. In Pokemon Supreme. Someone found a game-breaking bug in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that is in favor of the player. They actually found a way to completely break traversal so you can go anywhere you want in the game. There's no limitations. So I'm going to show you that when I start playing it, when we get to that point. Because fuck that, I'm using it. I don't care. Hey, they put it in the game, fuck them. You know? They should have put it in the game. I'll take advantage of that shit. So I'll show you. Because I saw it on Twitter. I was like, that's easy as shit, too. Okay. No, I never watched much of the Pokemon TV series. Only maybe some episodes of the first season. You know, when it was randomly on TV for some reason, I would maybe every once in a while watch it. But, nah, I never really focused too much on it. I know some people, you know, when Pokemon started coming on TV, that's when I was in, like, I think that my latter days of elementary school into my early days of high school. So I wasn't really into that stuff anymore, you know? Derek says, do I wish Pokemon wasn't just a Switch exclusive? In some ways, yeah. Because I wish that it would actually run well on a console, you know, and actually maybe have, like, current-gen graphics and shit. We have not had a Pokemon in current-gen graphics yet, you know? We really haven't. That would be nice. Do you serious? Serious says he owns the same NK shirt. Yeah, this is, I think it's a popular one. I don't know where my wife got it from. She either probably bought it from, like Kohl's, or, you know, like a regular, like one of those clothing store chains that has like licensed products. That's where she got it from. Pretty common. Nope, I never collected Pokemon cards. I never owned a single Pokemon card in my entire life. If the Switch wasn't portable, would it have sold well? Yes. Absolutely. It still would have sold very well. Any Pokemon I liked when I played the games? Like I said, the one that I liked originally that was Gyarados, and then because it evolved out of the Magikarp, but it became an incredibly good Pokemon if you put up with it and leveled it, even though it sucked. And back then, it wasn't like today where you just have it in your party and it levels. Oh no, back then you actually had to fight with it. You had to pull out Magikarp for 1,000,000 fights to get Gyarados. Do the Gunner glasses have much effect on game viewing? Not particularly. Basically, everything I see has a very slight yellow hue to it that you get used to within a minute or two, and then you don't really notice it anymore. When you're looking at a game screen, usually everything looks pretty good anyway. It's not really a big difference. What I can tell you is that it does reduce eye strain. When I was streaming in here just a couple years ago, before I was using the Gunner glasses, I would tell you guys I had frequent eye burning. I was like, oh, my eyes are burning. It won't stop. It would happen all the time. Now it still happens, but not as nearly as much. So it must do something, or else where did the eye burning go, right? Okay. Dorothy Goldbach thinks they should add modifiers to make Pokemon more challenging for veteran players. Right, like the Nuzlocke Challenge or things like that. Of course, those are all manually done. They're not in-game. You have to, like, use your own rules and criteria to do those, which is kind of silly. If people like those challenges and want them in the game, why do they refuse to add them? It's a good question. How does the Adpocalypse work? People have been nominating ads and PSAs and things for weeks and weeks. This coming Wednesday, I'm going to take an hour or two to sit down on my day off, go through them all, take the ones that qualified, meaning they were the right time periods, add them to a playlist, and I'm just going to watch and react to them all day long. There's some ads that are just one-offs. There's some that are big montage videos. There's a lot of stuff. Do I think Pokemon Go is dead? I don't know. I haven't done anything with Pokemon Go since 2016. I don't look into it. I have no clue. Did I like playing Pokemon Moon and Omega Ruby because they were on handheld and did not get tiring to do it on a handheld? Honestly, no, it didn't. Like, for example, here's me. By the way, I guess I should unplug this because I'm not going to be using this tomorrow. Here's me playing a regular video game. Okay? Here's me playing on my 3DS when I was recording. And I did that. I was like, wiggle my head and like, oh. Just like that when I play. I don't know why. Maybe I was dodging bullets. Like, dodging, oh. But, yeah, like, it didn't really matter. At first, I thought maybe it would. But, I mean, it's just the same as if you were playing your 3DS in your own house. You don't, you're not going to get too many problems. So I never really had the problem. It wasn't a big deal doing it on a handheld. Series 7 says, if I do switch to a gaming monitor, I probably would need gaming glasses. It would help more for that. Okay. Dark Magus says, it's sad the new Pokemon games look and run so bad when we have Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that are stunning. Again, it's because it's Game Freaks, and they're tasked with putting out 2 or more Pokemon games a year, right? I mean, they already put out Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now they got this. Last year, there was the remake, which I can't remember which ones it was, but there was the remake one they put out in November. But then earlier the year, they had Pokemon Snap, right? The new one. Then the year before, they had Sword and Shield. And before then, earlier in the year, there was another one. So it's like every year they have 2 games. And obviously, they're just not staffed well enough, or they're not talented enough. Whatever it may be, they can't do it. They need to be only putting out 1 game a year, if that. They need more time to polish these things to make them perform better. And apparently Game Freak and whoever, the parent, because I think Nintendo has a stake in it, but I guess there's other company or another parent company has a stake or whatever it is. Whoever's dictating to them, you must make 2 games a year, doesn't give a shit. They don't care about the quality, they care about the money. And if people keep buying it, they'll never improve. You see what I'm saying? Unless there's a game where finally people say, all right, we've had enough. This game underperforms, we're going to stop buying it. It's the opposite. Everyone buys the game regardless and then complains. That's not how it works. You already bought the game. Your complaints fall on deaf ears when the money is already lining the pockets of the company. You have to not buy the game if this is a problem for you. But they don't do that. They literally, just like Nintendo in general, they buy everything. They'll complain like crazy after, but they keep buying it. You keep buying it, they will not improve it. How do you not understand this concept? Okay. Yes, Derek, you go right ahead and keep posting. Sounds good. No Cat is not playing Pokemon. Kevin, I have no idea. He says, do you think Pokemon will be dethroned from being the highest grossing portable franchise? Right now, mobile games are the highest grossing portable franchises. They just don't categorize the same as a handheld console, which I don't get it because they technically are. Pre-order culture is awful. I mean, at this point, can you even imagine why anyone would pre-order a game? Can I be honest with you? Why are you pre-ordering? Right? Be honest. Unless you're buying a physical game and you want to reserve the copy at the store, fair enough. That makes sense. If you're getting your games digitally, why are you pre-ordering? You literally just give them your money early. You're saying, here, the reviews aren't even out yet. Take my money. Why would you do that? There's zero benefit. There's no pre-order bonuses that are worth getting. What do you get? A skin? Oh, I got a skin. That's actually what Kat was saying. She was like, I can't believe it, because when she pre-ordered God of War 2018, she actually got a whole PS4 theme. She got cool icons. She, like her profile on PS4 to this day is still the Atreus picture that she got with God of War 2018. She just pre-ordered God of War Ragnarok. You didn't get diddly dick. You got like one outfit to put on Atreus in the game that's just visual, doesn't even give you buffs or nothing. So what the frick was the point of pre-ordering? Didn't even do anything. El Grey Zoro says, one of the issues with the development cycle of Pokemon games is they have a time limit. They try to release these new games to coincide or catch up with the merchandise, the animes, and the trading cards. So they're always kind of playing catch up, and then they have to rush. That makes sense. At the same time, then don't do that. Put out one Pokemon game every 2 years. Give your guys a development window, a buffering, to say, the date we want it to come out in 2 years. So now make the core game. Then the last 6 months of development, you're just catching up. You're just padding in and patching in the remaining pieces that are missing. A few new extra Pokemon, a few new things here or there, instead of, just put out 2 games a year and fuck you. Like, geez, can you imagine what it's like to work for them? I can't imagine. Derek says his favorite Pokemon playthrough of mine was Pokemon Sword. Nosy Real Life says, I think Sword and Shield ran well on the Switch during your playthrough, but I feel like Game Freak really rushed the Scarlet and Violet. Cheetah Man says, you know Ash is World Pokemon Champion now in the anime, like they should slow down. I don't remember what my first Pokemon playthrough was. Do you guys remember? I know I played Omega Ruby. Did I play XY? Did I play one of those? I don't even remember. I know I remember Omega Ruby. And then I played, I can't remember what the next one was. And then I know, obviously I played Sword, Snap, the latest Snap, and this one. That's, Arceus. And now this one coming up. There was one in between. Was it X? It was the X, and I was, okay. Derek says that was one of my first 3DS capture card streams. I see. Sun and Moon. That's what it was. Sun and Moon. I started with Moon. Moon was the bat Pokemon. That's right. So I played Omega Ruby, Moon, X. I don't remember X and Y. I don't remember that. Are you sure it wasn't Moon? I don't remember X. I don't know. Dark Magus says, last Pokemon game I actually played to completion was Yellow. I got tired of the same game over and over. Nope, I definitely didn't play Pokemon Eevee. That's what I'm hearing about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is that it's some of the best Pokemon mechanics in like 10 years, but it runs like shit. So the trade-off is enjoy all these great new gameplay mechanics, a better story, and then the game is like fucking 15 years outdated. When you're playing it, there's pop-ins, glitches, and all kinds of shit. I guess we'll see tomorrow. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow. Seriously. You know, I was originally going to play Evil West. You guys pretty much overwhelmingly convinced me to play Pokemon instead. So I hope that you'll join me tomorrow for the beginning of the fun. I hope it'll be a good time. Expand Dog says you played Omega Ruby, Moon, Sword, Snap, Arceus, and you did a very short one-time capture card test for Y. So I bought Pokemon Y, but I didn't actually play it. I just did a capture card test. That's weird. I never continued the playthrough. Huh. Dark Megan says, I'm actually looking forward to the bugs. Oh, I've heard there's a ton. I saw a video today where it's supposed to be the two Pokemon fighting, and the trainer glitched into the Pokemon. So while the Pokemon was attacking, it looked like a giant tentacle was coming out of the trainer's chest and slapping your Pokemon. And then you went to catch their Pokemon, and the Pokeball landed at the trainer's feet and tried to catch the trainer. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? This thing is messed up. And there's a ton of videos of people jumping on vehicles and the vehicles disappear. So you're riding throughout the universe on nothing. You're just floating like this on invisible handlebars, scooting up fucking roads and flying up mountains and shit. It looks pretty fucking funny. Yes, what we're going to do it a little different. If you remember originally when I started the whole Pokemon naming mechanic, the way I started it was, okay, so the top contributor of one particular stream, by the end of that stream, gets to name a Pokemon. All right, and that name will stick with that Pokemon for the rest of the playthrough, remember? But what happened was that stopped working, because what ended up happening was people wouldn't even contribute until the end of the stream. They would literally wait for the last 5 minutes of the stream and then start competing against each other with contributions. And I was like, guys, I got to get out of here. You know, I can't be here all night. So that was stupid. Like, it kind of was bad planning on my part. So we changed it. And with Arceus, what we did is basically if you did a $25 tip, then you could permanently name a Pokemon in a playthrough. Okay? So that's probably what we'll do. Now, keep in mind, there's definitely qualifying criteria. You can't use swear words or disgusting things that are insulting. You know, it has to basically be like a name that's silly or fun or cute. It has to be, you know, a reasonable name. It can't be, you know, something insanely offensive or you know, get me in trouble. We'll start that tomorrow. Yeah, we'll start it tomorrow. I'm down with that. Okay. Peppermint shit to me $1.25 says, did I like Sword and Shield? I did. Remember, Sword and Shield added a few new mechanics. Notably, the open field was the first time you ever had a 3D plane open field in a Pokemon game like that before, right? It was always kind of like top down exploring. That was the first one that had the open field feeling. And then with Arceus, they expanded upon that, made the whole game open world, which was kind of interesting. So with this one, it's a hybrid, right? I'm trying to understand is that there is going to be like traditional town exploration and stuff like that, but there's a lot of open exploration and catching of Pokemon. So it's kind of like Arceus, but instead of being in some open world outdoorsy, it's going to be like cities and everything with that. So sounds good. Sounds interesting. Like I said, on paper it sounds good. Then apparently you play it and you cringe the entire time at how badly executed it was. So we'll see. Yes, of course I'm enjoying God of War so far. You know, okay, I will open up to you guys and be a little bit honest about my God of War Ragnarok playthrough. I'm really enjoying the game, but it seems like my audience isn't very engaged with it. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if everyone just played it themselves or if everyone watched someone else play it at a very rapid pace in the 1 week since it came out. I told you guys, with this playthrough, I was going to be slow moving. I was going to play it every other day. I was likely going to be way behind most other streamers, content creators, and gamers in general. And you guys would be able to watch and not have to worry about spoilers because I was playing it at a slower pace, right? Today, I mean, I barely retained 250 viewers. On the God of War stream, I had more viewers tonight for Batman Gotham Knights than I did for Ragnarok earlier today. The playthrough's fun. The game mechanics are good. I'm giving you my usual commentary. I'm loving the game. And I can't even get as many viewers as Gotham freaking Knights. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm having a good time with it. I love it. I think it's a great game. So. You think so? Jeffrey says, I think you're going to get a ton of funny YouTube Shorts moments from Pokemon's bugs and glitches. There you go. People had mentioned a couple good YouTube Shorts from tonight, like Man Bat getting stuck, and then when I was fighting Talia al Ghul, the first boss fight, and she got stuck in the wall, and she couldn't even move. I guess those are going to be two good shorts. Here's the problem. The videos have to fully upload first. I'm not going to be sitting around all night to make shorts. So likely those, if I even make shorts, it'll be tomorrow when I put those out. If I do, I'll think about it. I could. Those are probably two funny moments. Oh, Expand Dong says the capture card test video, you were at the end of the game, you did beat Pokemon Y. Oh. Interesting. Maybe I played it offline. Maybe because at that point I didn't have capture. So I played the whole game for myself. Maybe that's what it was. I played it offline myself and I was just doing a capture test. I see. I don't have a favorite Pokemon. Like I said, one of the ones that I always like to get is Gyarados because that was the first kind of secret Pokemon I ever got in Blue. But I'm not some Pokemon crazy, fanboy who's like in love with certain Pokemon or anything like that. I just play whatever's in the game, man. Derek, I understand you don't like being spoiled, but you have to understand something, Derek. Like the anime, that was like a week ago too. That was mainstream news. That was worldwide news. They broadcast it in the giant square in the middle of Tokyo, downtown Tokyo. So I get it that like you're behind on the anime, but the whole world knows already. So I'm, nothing I could do. How am I going to keep that kind of spoilers off of my streams and out of my content when everyone's talking about it, everyone knows about it? You know what I mean? It's kind of the equivalent. It's like a giant historic moment in gaming history, and I don't know how you could possibly keep that off of any kind of discussion. You know what I mean? That'd be like saying, do we have a new president of the United States, but you weren't following the election results, so, you feel spoiled. Not much I can really do about that. Everyone else is talking about it. So I apologize if you were spoiled, but, that's life. Everyone's going to be talking about shit, and you got to kind of deal with it. If you're in a public setting, you have a chance you might be spoiled, Personally, I don't even watch the Pokemon anime, and it was all over the place on social media a week ago. So I got spoiled, even though I don't watch it. No, I didn't have. I had nothing. No Pokemon toys, no Pokemon cards, nothing. The only thing I had was Pokemon Blue on my Game Boy Pocket. That was it. That's the only thing I had. As you know, I had nothing else. Like I said, I wasn't crazy for Pokemon, at all. I played the game. I liked it when I played it. I was shocked at how interesting it was. It was a little different than what I expected. I was like, wow, it's like a turn-based RPG, but it's a little bit more cutesy than the more traditional ones you would play on like Super Nintendo or something like that. I enjoyed it, but I never got crazy into it like a lot of people did. A lot of people just went absolutely nuts for it. They're totally into it, obsessed with it. But not me. I was never that crazy. Dark Maggot said he missed out on Pokemon card collecting. He hated the art style of the cards. I never even saw the art style of the cards. Like I said, I wasn't into that stuff. When I was collecting cards, it wasn't for like a game. It was I collected first. It was baseball cards. Then it was like pop culture movie cards. Like I had the Batman movie card, the Tim Burton movie had cards and stuff. And then it was comic book cards. And I had X-Men Series 1 and 2. I had Marvel Masterpieces Series 1 and 2. I had like many of those. And then I got more into action figures like the Spawn figures. And then after that, comic books, and then that was it. I just stopped collecting. So by the time these cards started coming out for like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, I was already out of being a collector. I was then heavily hardcore in the Street Fighter, and that's all I cared about. Derek, have a good night, and thank you so much for all of your nominations. I hope to see some more. By the way, Wednesday is the cutoff if you're nominating stuff for the Adpocalypse React event on Friday. You have to nominate by Tuesday night, because Wednesday is the day. It's my day off. I'm going to sit down and go through them and sort them out to make sure that they qualify properly and put them in a playlist. So anything, after that, I'm not going to see. Okay. I do like Texas Hold'em. Yes, I've played it and I enjoy it. Of course, yes, I did play Pokken Tournament. That was a good game. Pokken Tournament, to this day, had some of the best online connections I've ever played in a fighting game. I don't know how they pulled it off on the Wii U of all things. It was superbly good most of the time. I'd say maybe 90% of the time the connection was very good. 10% it was complete shit, because it's probably some kid on wireless internet. But for the most part, those connections were superb. To this day, I don't think I played a fighting game that ran that well. I've never ridden a horse, no. I've never seen Dragon Ball Super. Can't comment on it if I haven't seen it. All right, guys, I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you. Little impromptu Q&A for you. I hope you enjoyed the half an hour here. I want to say thanks to everyone who chilled, everyone who supported, everyone who had a good time. All right? Thanks very much. And peace. That's it. Nothing else to say. Let's get out of here.